Hello lurkers and hello you archaeologists. My name is John Proxy. Well, at the very least, it's the name I go by on the internet. I'm having a Fatal Frame 2 adventure, the Crimson Butterfly, and it's a game about these two over here.
Is your leg okay?
Is your leg okay? My Lego is anything but K. I don't actually want to see this cutscene again though. Mew. Ah, that's the spookiest sound, because cats make that sound, don't they? I'm going to turn off Spooky Chin. Spooky Chin is, I don't know why Spooky Chin is scary, but, like, they do it in those movies, don't they? About, things. Anyway, yes, I'm playing Fatal Frame. I'm quite far, I think. Hopefully I've used an official save file. I'm trying to find where I've put the other light source. Because I clearly need one for... Actually, I guess I need one over here. Okay, but like down. Okay. Actually, I need the other side. Right, yes. Let's load our game. I'm giving people a certain amount of time to turn up as well. But yes, I've been playing this for how long now? 10 hours and 36 minutes. I've got myself a cup of tea. I am running low on milk. I mean, I better drink this now. But I can't have this nonsense over here. So I'm just going to find my other light, which is somewhere. Right. Here it is. I don't know why I turned the camera off. Yes. Fatal Frame. You are chomping food. Well, that's good, because they like the popcorn for the horror movies. That's what it's like with the eating of the food. I'm trying to... My sleeping's a lot better. I'm hoping to try and stream, like, 7 onwards where people are actually around. Some games work better late. But generally. Anyway, I'm going to drink some tea because it's going to go cold. What chapter are we on? We are on chapter 7. I mean, the last game had less than 7 chapters, so I'm further. I'm guessing this is like a 15-hour game if you play it at my pace. I shall load the game now. And of course, we can do a little recap as well. For myself as much as anyone. Because they're sort of baked in. I'm assuming I used an official save because I tried to. Anyway, let's go into the memo. We're going to read all of these because it's going to tell us the plot of the game so far. It's going to be very useful. So, All God's Village. The place Miu and Mayu have wandered into is the Lost Village, All God's Village. It vanished long ago on the night of the forbidden ritual. The spot where the village once stood is covered in a thick fog and is now only a twin deity statue marks its location. A single young girl was left behind when the village vanished. Legends of this village are recorded in the writings of a folklorist assistant. This assistant was said to have come out of the village just before it disappeared. The lost couple. Masumi Makimura, a geological surveyor, went missing during an investigation of the forest that would be submerged once the local dam was built. You see, the problem is that he had a profession. You can't go into these spooky places with a profession. Like, it's never the layabout. It's always the folklorist, or the professor, or the surveyor, you know? You can't just be a housewife. I guess you can be a young maiden, though. That's arguably the most dangerous thing to be in. Anyway, legend has it that people who get lost in this forest are spirited away by the lost village. Could it be that that's what happened to Masumi? Masumi's girlfriend, Miyako Sudo, believing him to be still alive somewhere in the forest, went in search of him. She, too, ended up wandering into the lost village. I believe that was the first ghost we encountered. And we found a dead body. It was in, like, a sleeping bag. I'm guessing that's like a earthen, dead body, earthen thing. Earthen. I'm going to keep doing that as if that's conveying any meaning. Earthen. Trapped boy. As Mio wandered around the village, looking for the lost Mayu, she came across a white-haired boy locked up in a storehouse cell. From the small cell window, the boy called Miu Yai and urged her and Sai to get out of the village before the ceremony started. So the other rule is that if you have twins, you have to give them like irresponsibly close names just to make things extra confusing. So like, I was going to say, for example, Rory and... What? Rory's a terrible example, John. What rhymes with Rory? Nothing. Agatha and Tabitha. No. You can't try and pull from very old Eddie Izzard sketches. Nobody's going to know what you're talking about. Anyway, twin doll, which is apparently new. Long ago, before the repentance, the twin Kiryu's daughters had to perform the Crimson Sacrifice. To comfort Akane, the remaining, her father created a doll, just like the murdered twin, Azami. But when he discovered the doll had become possessed by Azami's spirit, he vowed to destroy it. He was like, this is a terrible idea. I'm in a magic spooky village, and I literally just made, you know, an approximation of a person. What was I thinking? A facsimile. But ghosts love facsimiles. Like, they go into things that barely look like people. If you look just like a person, I mean, it's just bad news. It's just... Oh. But Mr. Kiryu never managed to destroy the doll. In the end, his daughter, Akane, controlled by the possessed doll, strangled and killed him. See? Told you it was a bad idea. That was like the last thing we did, but it put it quite early on in this massacre. I mean, I guess the last thing to happen was everyone died, right? Because this village has no one in, apart from a boy. Massacre. One theory about the lost village held that there was once a great massacre there. All the villagers were killed, and that's how the village came to vanish. A woman wearing a red sash, laughing maniacally in a bloody sea of corpses. Bloody sea of corpses! Come around here, taking our jobs, being a sea of corpses. How dare you, bloody sea of corpses? Is the vision... is the vision... Yeah, I'm just going to, like, just go immediately back into the sentence as if I didn't disrupt the entire thing. A woman wearing a red sash, laughing maniacally in a bloody sea of corpses is the vision Miu saw of the massacre. I mean, it's not a rumour then if you've literally just confirmed it within the next line. On the day of the ceremony, Sai laughingly attacked and slaughtered the villagers gathered in the great hall. She then went out and began killing the rest of the villagers one by one. See, in the first game, the actual massacre was done by the head priest, who was just like, we fucked up. Better kill everyone. I mean, I think people have died before that, but like, he cut off loads of people's heads, right? Just like, yeah, fucking... And he wasn't even... Well, I guess he was probably slightly insane at that point. Twin shrine maidens. In All Gods Village, twins were born at certain regular intervals. The villagers believed twins were a single person that got split and got born as two. I mean, I guess that's not a million miles away from the truth, to be honest. Just, you know... just the spiritual ramifications are slightly different. Twins were thought to radiate a great energy when they became one again. At times, boy twins also performed the ritual. These twins were called altar twins. I don't know, All Gods Village, like, it reminds me of, like, a parish in like a small village. I guess that's what it literally is. I don't know, like when I imagine a small Cornish village, it's very different from a small Japanese village, I guess. Like compared to this, I don't even think that would count as quaint. You know, with a school. Yeah, it's actually quite similar now that I think about it. What I'm imagining, just British and boring. Yeah, I'm trying to think of why the hell I would have gone to something like that. Probably, I don't know actually. Fuck. Anyway, we're not going to navigate my memories because we'll never get anywhere. The hellish abyss. The enormous pit at the site where the forbidden ritual was performed was called the hellish abyss. The villagers believed it was... I know that I could do this in a tone. Like, I could be like, The villagers believed it was the entrance to hell, and threw the crimson sacrifices into it to appease the darkness and keep it from spilling out and covering the village. In all God's village, it was forbidden to approach the site. I don't know. I'm just not going to be able to keep it up. So I'm just going to read words as the. It was forbidden to approach the site or even speak its name. In books, the name of this forbidden place was only written as and then there's a symbol for an asterisk. I've been calling it the bumhole because I've ascertained that's the funniest word that could go there, and also it kind of looks like an anus. But I'm above such jokes, and we're going to quickly move on. The hellish abyss. Anyone who looked into the hellish abyss's darkness would die in madness. Those who performed the hellish abyss's rituals were called the mourners. Their eyes were sewn shut so that they couldn't see. Anyone who tried to look into the hellish abyss was also called the mourners. Well, I'm just a mourner, I guess, but I get what you mean. And had their eyes sewn shut too. Yeah, that's a really, really awkwardly phrased. I get it. Everyone who looks is a mourner and gets eyes. But I guess some of them chose to and some of them accidentally. But they're mourners regardless. We have seen mourner ghosts. The enormous pit. Okay, no, we read this one. A passageway. The cave that spread beneath all God's village was called a passageway. It secreted a forbidden place. What? It secreted. Ooh, there you. Hello. Oh, you've missed the recap. Lucky you. I've just figured out that word says secreted and not secreted. It secreted a forbidden place at its deepest point. Only a few priests and special people, called the mourners, were allowed to enter this site. But you don't want to be a mourner because you get your eyes sewn shut. We've just established that. The camera obscura. The camera obscura is a special camera created by Dr. E07 to capture supernatural phenomenon that couldn't be seen with the naked eye. It was designed to photograph visions of the past and spirit entities, but it was a prototype, and its functions hadn't been fully realized. It's pretty good for a prototype. For photographing things that ordinary people couldn't see, with this camera had an exorcismal effect. Which is a brand new word to me. I didn't know that was a word. So Sigiro, isn't it? Not Sigiro. Sigiro Maccabee, a folklorist who had come to investigate all God's village, borrowed this camera from Dr. E07 to photograph the village's rumoured forbidden ritual. Dr. Kunihiko E07 was a folklorist who studied the spirit world. He modified the latest gadgets of his time, the camera, the radio, and the projector, trying to create a machine that could capture supernatural phenomenon. He was shunned by the academic world, but friends with Maccabee. Okay, we don't have much left. What we have remaining is the remaining and the folklorist. And this... Were these upset? I don't know. Just keep reading them. Okay. The remaining. The twin that killed the other... Oh, thank you very much. Haha. I like the use of the pictures as well. I need to add more snails for resubs. Anyway, thank you, well-spoken rambler. I'm looking for the little thing I've got, and it doesn't... It shows the pictures in my text, but not in my activity feed. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it. What do I do? Where was I? Let's drink some tea. Yes, I'm trying this new thing, which is where I stream at reasonable times again. The twin that killed the other half... Oh yeah. Debugging is also useful. And I saw the snail was in the correct place, which is nice. The bit you missed, I guess, is this game is about twin girls... And you've got to do some creative murdering to stop hell from opening up. It's just the rules. I don't know who set the rules, but somebody did. In this particular village, somehow figured out. You know, Actually, you might be too young, but you know, no, of course you're not. I was going to say aerials, right? Where you encounter your picture goes fuzzy on the TV, and you go like out with the aerial, and you walk around the room, and you go like, oh, if I stand in the middle of the room and I put my hand up, then the TV works fine. Yes, I was like, you probably know aerials. That's probably not. Anyway, but like, their aerial process was, oh god, hell, there's a hell gate. Who do we murder? And in what elaborate fashion do we murder? Do we stop this from happening? Like, what things did they try doing before they were like, oh, we get some twins, and we get one twin to murder the other twin, and we get a bunch of people to watch, but we sew their eyes shut. Like, it's quite elaborate. Like, I understand the concept of chucking a person down a volcano, or murdering a goat on an altar, because that's a like, oh god, we need some rain. I've murdered a goat. Did that help? Yeah, it's raining now. Cool. But like, what process of elimination? Like I always wonder about food, because at some point somebody figured out, oh, obviously we can eat meat, right? So somebody cut all the hair off these bulls and eat the bulls. Why not set them on fire first? Oh, it's amazing. That's a great idea, Brian. You have all the great ideas. What else? Maybe we should put some fruit and, you know, like, somebody invented cake and beer, and I want to know what all the failures. I guess they all died. I selected a random name, and it wasn't random enough. I should have went back to Rory. Anyway, this is what the Fatal Frame series is. Ghosts. Yeah, it's an alternate Ryan who invented burning meat. I'm going to read this because I'm going to actually start playing the game. But the twin that killed the other half in the Crimson Sacrifice ritual was called the Remaining, and was feared and respected. Some of these the Remainings, it's just grammatically odd. Some of the remaining went insane. I'm going to fix it. I refuse to read the grammatically unsound sentence. Some of the remaining went insane with grief. Others had their hair turn white overnight. Many of them turned reclusive and shunned all human contact. Twins are known to share each other's pain. Just a fact there, apparently. The remaining bore a vestige on her own throat of the mark of her sister received during the ritual. Finally, oh no, we have two more. Folklorist. Seijiro Makabe was a folklorist who travelled all over Japan investigating local customs. He borrowed the camera obscura from his friend, Dr. Eso, and set out to make an account of all God's village's practice of raising twins as shrine maidens and its Hellgate ritual, the Forbidden Ritual. Makabe's goal was to clear up the old legends about the Hellgate by taking photographs and conducting research on the village and its Forbidden Ritual. Spirit Stone Radio. The Spirit Stone Radio was a modified crystal radio set that used crystals as a part of its circuitry. It picked up voices from the spirit world. It was created by Dr. Eso, who also designed the camera obscura. Dr. Eso, after giving Makabe the camera obscura prototype and the Spirit Stone Radio, giving who? Oh, yes, Makabe. Sorry. He travelled Japan, seeking ways to complete his camera obscura, but died unexpectedly. His death meant the principles behind how the devices captured the spirit would remain a mystery. Yes, sorry, I flubbed that last line, but you get the idea. I thought the memo would be in an order. It doesn't seem to be. Those two don't seem anywhere near as important as that. Like, camera obscura is like literally the first thing. These things do update as you learn about them. Anyway, what are we actually trying to do? We have a murder ghost. Oh yes, we are in a new building. We are in Tachibana House, and ooh, that sounds exciting. I was going to say I only had noodles for tea, but I did make chili for lunch because I was like, I need to start this game at approximately 7, which means I don't have an hour to make chili. But yes, there is a terrifying spooky ghost in this hallway. I kind of want to relook at it though. Not this terrifying spooky ghost. Just the hallway. Yes. We don't have our camera obscura. How do I run? Of course, we don't run in this game. As experts of running away from ghosts, we've realised that lightly jogging is the best way to go about it. Conserves your energy, right? A ghost will eventually give up. And if you sprint away, you're liable to hurt yourself tripping over. You know, get caught in a nasty accident. And, you know, this way we can jog on. We can jog on. And if we see another ghost, continue jogging. We can... Masters of endurance. So we're briefly going to check out this hallway again. If it goes black and white... Yeah, that's not a great sign, I won't lie. You do get... I've recently lost the camera, but we do normally have a camera. Okay. What we can do is we can go in this room here, and we take 4 photographs of ourselves and our best friend, and we go like, and you get 4, and at the side, four pictures of yourself come out, and then you can use it for your licenses and stuff. Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to come in here. Right, so for anyone new, that's what losing looks like. I just, I just wanted you to see that as an example of what not to do during spooky horror game. That is a hallway that belongs to spooky ghost maniacal laugh girl, and not me. That is not a doorway for me. Right. So as we loaded our game, obviously the first thing I do is we have to recap everything all over again because we've lost that. No, I'm kidding. So it's always funny to pretend I am going to recap everything again. Okay, let's not go into that hallway for the time being. We'll go up the stairs. I'll go in there first. If it's funny to me, it's worth pursuing. Okay. Normally I could put my camera on, I could see forwards. That is not the case right now. So we're just gonna just go where our heart tells us. That appears to be a sword. Will you try lifting it? You find it's really heavy. Who could swing this thing? I believe in you. You could do it. Okay, there is a bauble, shiny bauble. It's the Crimson Diary. An old diary rests on the table. Because of Yai, Itsuki has been taken away somewhere. How come? Itsuki did nothing to her. It's all her fault for running away. Okay. What I like about these ghosts is the implication that one of them was polite enough to shut all the doors after the massacre. There are some cushions and damp bedding put away in the closet. Right. Oh, is this like a hotel or something? Luke, do you know what tatami means? Yeah, I'm facing the wrong way. Okay, light over there indicates that there's some spooky nonsense going on that I could capture with my camera had I had one. Yes. The closet door won't budge, no matter how hard you try to force it. Something must be jamming it from the inside. I like that they take a camera away, because it is your only means of defense. Something reflecting in the light. It's some herbal essences. Cool. Because I can't see anything. Oh, no, that was a new way, but I'm going to check out this direction first. Hello! Hang on. I want that scroll. Let's get the scroll. Yes, and it showed me the scroll. I could have... Green Diary. I saw Itsuki's sister. I knew it was a thing. In the corridor. She's usually frightened of strangers and runs away and hides. But today was different. It seemed like she wanted to tell me something. But she ran away without saying a word. Maybe Itsuki left a message with her. Okay, I need to ascertain whose diaries are whose. Okay, Butterfly Diary belongs to Yai and Sai. That makes sense. We only have one crimson and one green. Why kill? Violet. Okay, I can't remember who the Violet Diary is. Oh, it's something to do with that doll. So it's probably somebody related to the doll. Okay. But Woman's Notebook is the girl, the first woman we encountered. Yeah. Lost her bow. French word, not item of clothing. Okay, I'll look at those later. Okay, I was in these... I cannot for the life of me figure out the direction I'm going. Because I can't see forwards. There we go. Come towards the camera. Jog on. This friendly looking door here. We still have upstairs to go to. We've got some cloth physics. Ghost take cloth physics. Keeps us safe. Something is reflecting in the light. It's a film reel. Okay, 5. I have to find a projector for that. I know what that is. I can't get there right now because I need my camera, I think. Okay. Okay, should we take off our sandals here? I don't have your twins. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of this. I'm going side by. See ya. I have no quarrel with you. So I'm gonna draw. I found a stone mirror. Cool. That's not what I wanted. Okay, I panicked. Okay, excuse me. I just need to just come through. Where is the door? Excuse me. No, I'm sorry. Ah. Okay. Okay. Didn't take any of your twins. Okay. Let us save our game using this external system that I have access to. Cool. So, not that way. Oh, I see. That's like the intended entrance. Yeah, that's just the regular tatami room, but this is just a room with a tatami. It's not the same thing. Is it like a type of mat? Tatami. Tatami? I don't know how you pronounce it either. We of course are a twin as well.
Mayu. You won't leave me alone again.
I'm sorry, I am going to leave you alone again. Oh, we're in a flashback. Are we are the other sister? I think. I'm somewhat confused. 'Cause I don't remember opening a door. Anyway. Enjoy these door murals at the very least.
Please open the door.
It's not going to be good.
Please.
It might be a talking cat.
Come on now. Open the door.
Best case scenario is talking cat, isn't it? Worst case scenario is probably murder ghost. Which door was it? Door is locked. There is a Polonia. There is some sort of flower design engraved on the padlock. Okay, we have ourselves a thing we want doing. Maybe, yeah, are these like floor mats, tatami? Because that's what the rooms have in common. Although that just might be like a standard house floor mat in old Japan, because these have them as well. Oh, hang on, shiny thing. Oh, well, that was an epic quest, indeed. A quest with that particular design on. It's a tree. It's carved on the brass key. There's a doll. Oh, it's doing a thing. There's a doll with a red cord tied to it on the shelf. The kimono looks exactly like the one the spirit you just saw was wearing. Pull the red string.
Why didn't you leave me back then?
Because you're a murder ghost. I feel like Feel like you might be being unreasonable right now. I do want to open. I do want to unlock the door. Farewell, murder ghost. Do you care about locks? No, you don't. Okay. Ah. Our camera back.
She is gone.
There was a girl here. She's gone now. Don't look through the hole. Now that would be a pretty weird computer game. Now you could make a game of Dragon Tattoo, but you shouldn't. That would be a terrible idea for a game. Obviously. Because there aren't any companies that should be telling that story. I'm not entirely sure Finch was a good idea to tell that story either. But the Gone Girl would be a pretty weird computer game. Because you couldn't be Ben Affleck because it'd inadvertently give him more. You'd be in his shoes, wouldn't you? And you don't really want to be in his shoes. Why am I talking about Gone Girl? Is that Gone Girl? Yeah. You don't want to humanize Ben Affleck by making you play as him. And I don't even mean about Gone Girl. I just mean about Ben Affleck in general. There you go. It's hard to tell. We both came up with a joke at the same time. Cold air flows through the cracks around the door. Maybe it leads outside. Of course, I know the Gone Girl from that James Bond film that was in Eden Project. She's much better in Gone Girl. I mean, that's a nothing character in that James Bond film. What am I doing? So I've just unlocked a door. Which door was it? I believe it's the same woman. Because she's not in a lot of stuff, and so I recognise she stands out. Because I didn't know who she was before that James Bond movie. What's it called? Like, James Bond is a guy shooting people with guns. It's something like that. That was the computer. Die Another Day, yes. That was the most gamic. Because I had Madonna in with a sword and the song. And it had the guy with the jewels on his face. I remember. It might be. Right, I mean, I literally have no choice. I have to leave this room. Oh, she is in Doom. I know from Doom reviews. But not seeing Doom. Because I'm not going to watch Doom. Why would I watch Doom? What did I gain in that room? That book? I'm just going to go back in. I want to make sure, like, I've got a key to go in that room. There's got to be something here. That's like a portable wall. I like that they exist. I mean, I'm not giving it a chance. Like, I haven't watched it and I refuse to. But, it's not like Doom is, you know, sacrosanct or anything. I know that's got Carl Urban in as well. And The Rock. There we go. There's a single doll standing on the mechanical device on the shelf. There are 2 buttons on the device. Maybe it works just like the other device you saw. Okay. But I just left a doll somewhere. Cold air flows in through the cracks around the floor. Maybe it leads outside. Okay, so we've got to go back for the doll. Wasn't the doll in the room we cowered in? No. Oh. I really must fix it so the writing doesn't go this long on this screen. I've just been lazy. Everyone's got cat duties.
Is that you?
No, I'm not. Don't worry, it's not me. I would never accuse you of rambling. For I am Captain Focused, and it definitely doesn't take me considerably longer to get literally anything done than anyone has any right to be. But that sentence was going somewhere. I think it certainly doesn't take me. It's because there's like I've tied the claws up in a weird loop. I am Captain Focus, and it certainly doesn't make me entirely too long to get things done, which I guess that's where the full stop is. I don't need to add the additional clause of more than it should take, because that's implied. A doll wearing a white kimono is sitting on the shelf. A red cord is tied onto its left hand. When you pull it, it goes, hee hee hee, I murder people, hee hee hee. That's not a hee hee hee.
Come back. I kept waiting.
'Cause we're in a murder house full of murder ghosts. You're being unreasonable, sister. Stroke ghost who's possessing my sister, and you know it. Such an unreasonable ghost. That's a song from the Cats movie, right? Such an unreasonable... Oh, fuck. Ah! No, that's back where the... What you say? No, John. You placed the red cord doll on the mechanical device. As we all know, ghosts are deathly afraid of puzzles. Easiest way of getting rid of a ghost is to start one. That's why I have all these Gundams. But as soon as you start building a Gundam, they can't interrupt you. It's like it's close enough to a puzzle. I'm sorry if I'm ruining the atmosphere by talking nonsense. You placed the red cord doll on the mechanical device. Mechanism seems to have started to work. Right, I remember from the last stream that you want them to face away from each other, I believe? Okay. So this is a standard... I like my puzzles. So what this is... It's not... Yes, it is. It's lights out, right? So if you know what lights out is, it's a 3x3 grid, and you press a light and it turns off every other light. And if you think about those in terms of what numbers are going on, then you can realise that if a number is 0 to 9, then each number has corresponding other numbers. I.e., those lights out puzzles doesn't... A lights out puzzle doesn't have to be 3 by 3. You could actually put the lights in a row and the puzzle would be the same. Now, you can apply different things. So now imagine instead of the lights turning off and on, they can turn red, green, blue, orange, yellow. And so you press a button and it changes the state. So what we're really doing is we have a series of numbers, and by selecting a number, it changes one of the other numbers into a second row of numbers. I made this sound considerably more confusing than it is. My point is, there are 2 buttons. One of them changes state. We have 2 buttons and we have 2 objects. Pressing one button rotates one object a certain number of points around, and the second object a certain amount of points. And the second button does the same thing but different increments. So let's say left does 1, 2, i.e. 2 angles, 1 angle, 1, 2 angles, and let's say the right button does 5, 6. Right? Does that make any sense at all? So you press the left button, it rotates that, say 3 times, that 7 times. I know, I'm terrible explaining. My point I'm finally going to make is that there is no reason to ever try and figure out the algorithm, because there is a limited amount of outcomes. Just feel it. That's how you solve these puzzles. You just feel them. There is a mathematical solution. I don't know. Yeah. So like, if you click this, that lady on the left, so that she turned 90 degrees right there, but now it's like whatever. Sometimes she goes a quarter, sometimes she goes a third. So that was a third. Okay, so I could... It's kicked me out for taking too long, by the way. You feel a powerful presence coming from beyond the door. It's getting closer.
Are you going to break your promise and leave me again?
Right. So we've established that the left one, it moves in a quarter rotation, then it moves in a third rotation. That's just what the left does to the left. What the left does to the right. Anyway, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to click this once. I'm going to click this once. And I'm going to kind of get a feel for what I want. Okay. Maybe we should do it scientifically. The other one was a lot easier. Okay. I like that the fail state is terrifying ghost monster. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm bad with puzzles. Okay. I'm not hit. Oh, that's instant death. Alright, I guess we could do this scientifically then. Right. Luckily, for all of us, I did save at least once. How far back it is, I'm not entirely sure, but it's not, at the very least, it's not the last time I saved from a save point, because that would have been goddamn ages ago. What am I trying to achieve? I've completely forgotten what I'm trying to achieve. She is, red, she's got the red string. So she might be the massacre ghost. I would have to go for the memo again, because there's yeah, she's red string ghost, and I believe that's the massacre. That's the laughing ghost, I believe. But oh no, but she hang on, no, because she keeps asking. No, she has to be Yai or the other one, not Yai, because she's asking why I ran away. She's the one possessing my sister right now. Okay. I legitimately completely forgotten what I'm supposed to do. I will save it right before the puzzle, so I can scum if I want to. It's upstairs. Let's just go upstairs. Okay. What? Hang on. What was that? Okay. I already saved scum. If I have to load from, like... I've not saved since literally an hour. That's when the last official save point was. So, had I not... it would have been quite some time before. Although I've not actually done loads. I just didn't know where to go, right? We can skip these cutscenes, of course.
You won't leave me alone again.
It's not the last game, so that clock doesn't... If that would be a laughing ghost.
Come on, Neil. Open the door.
Okay, once that tree. Leave the trees in. It's kind of strangely paced. Because it makes me go here. It doesn't let me pick up the doll. It tells me...
Why did you leave me back then?
Okay, we've established you're being very unreasonable. You know why I left you. Okay, what I could do is run all the way to the other side and... maybe give myself more time by kiting the ghost to the complete other side. I've lost the camera right now. And I don't think the camera would work on her, but... So... let's quickly... No, hang on. We'll catch up to where we were first.
Neil? Is that you?
A doll wearing a white kimono sitting on the shelf. There we go.
Why didn't you come back? I kept waiting.
So what we do know is, I'm very sorry for is that Yai and Sai both ran away from the village because they didn't want to get murdered. Oh god, which I feel like is pretty reasonable. But one of them tripped up because it's a horror, so one of them got taken back to the village, and one of them didn't get taken back to the village. So now I'm going to save my game here. I'm also going to briefly hide the screen, and because I'm just going to do a thing. I'm just going to give me a brief second. Okay, is it set to do this? Right. Cool. All I wanted. So let's pick a more suitable colour. So yeah, if I press the left button, that will move a third. So it'll move like that. And then it will move another third. 1, 2. Oh, it just seems to be moving in thirds. I'm gonna leave and come back in the hopes that. Nope. I'm alright. I'm
going to break your promise and leave me again.
Okay, I'm gonna load my game. Slot 1. Okay. Okay, I like having options. Oh, I can't see chat right now though. But if I need to write on the screen, I can. Yeah, one of the sisters got left for dead, and that's why she keeps asking, "Why did you leave?" Because obviously there's 2 dead sisters. The dead sister is our sister is possessed, as far as I can tell, by the sister that got left behind. Okay.
Are you going to break your promise?
Are you
and
going
leave me again?
Right. Right, so if we look in the files, and we look at our scraps, the doll's soul is needed to make the mechanism work. You're going to need the doll's soul to get into this mechanism. Okay. Oh, it actually tells me. So 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock are facing away from each other, as I remembered. So I could do the maths. I don't want to do the maths. The maths is boring. I'm going to get a feel for it and do it that way. But if you want to do the actual mathematical thing, they both start forwards. We want them to face sideways. We technically have all the information right here. Do we have a way of typing? We do. RB R 1 L 1.5 LB R2 L 4.5. There you go. The information is there if we need it. Yes, it is. That is what. But you don't solve those puzzles by doing the equations. You solve, as I said, you solve it by getting the feel for the movement. So yes, what I was doing wrong, I was going left, right, and I want to start with. No, I want to start with right. I think. You might be right though. Cool, I can get them to both start left and both start right.
Stay with me.
gonna tire her out like she's one of your kittens, and get back onto the puzzle. Okay. Right. Well, I'll try left again. I did left before, but don't worry, it's solved. That's solved. So I just did it by feeling. Yeah, yeah. Apparently they need to face each other. That's when don't bother trying to math it out. It's just it takes way too longer. You just yeah. You heard a I've done variations of this puzzle hundreds of times, because it's quite common. That's what I mean. This is basically the same as Lights Out. In that, but Lights Out has a really good visual indicator. That's why Lights Out gets used quite a lot. Whereas this has a more abstract visual indicator in the turnings. Yeah. Anyway. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, I discovered this the other day. Because it looks really cool. Like when I use this particular paintbrush, like I can make like blood stains if I want. Murder. I want to. I get these kind of this cool effect here. Like I'm trying to do an actual paint. I don't know what I'm doing there. Or is it orange looks pretty cool as well. Looks delicious. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Anyway, I'm going to turn this all off. Obviously. Let's delete that. This has been Fun Times with John on Paint. Yes. Yeah, I solved it. That, and I didn't brain that. That was all feel.
Don't go. Stay with me.
Ah! Okay, we're here. Cool. Okay. Where did we leave our camera? Okay, we got projector 5 recently. So it's... Oh. I think it might even be here. Is it? No. This is about ritual and customs. Nothing relevant. Okay, so we're... I guess we just have to make the entire loop. But right now I want to know where the projector room is. This huge goddamn room. Explodey, are you about? Yeah, we want to go here. Go downstairs. If we pass a save point, that'd be nice as well. Nope. We'll try. that stairway instead. I was going to say Resident Evil, eat your heart out. No! Oh, it's you. It's the Fallen Ghost. I don't have time for you, Fallen Ghost. Hang on. What is this to me? It's locked. Cool. Okay. Fallen Ghost does not want me to use the projector right now. Right, hello, Fallen Ghost. I've decided you're not so bad after all. Right. I was going the right way. Yeah, because this is the room the Fallen Ghosts come from. Oh, hang on. That might be a good idea. Lovely. But yeah, I've been meaning to get a way of writing on the screen for a while, and then I was like, "How do you do that?" And somebody was like, "You use green screen. You just you just get paint out and I draw it all pink, and use it as a chroma key, and that works nicely." So it's incredibly low cost, which is what I like in a mod or something. Okay. Tan, you wouldn't know what a tatami is because there's a regular tatami. We all know our regular tatamis, and then deluxe tatami for when regular tatami just isn't good enough. You can get the deluxe. There is a raised tatami around here as well. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought it was like a mat, but yes, I'm guessing because they've all got those rectangle mats in common. But like the entire place has the rectangle mats. But I guess it's what it felt like because that's what all those rooms look like. What am I trying to do? I could go back to the projector room. It's no, John, you're trying to. Yeah, we're trying to go downstairs. We just had to take the long way because there were ghosts in the way. Bloody rude ghosts. Stop being in my way, ghosts! Okay, we're going to have to take some risks and run for the ghosts. Okay. I'm officially bothered. want to go to the doll room. That's where I want to go. Okay. I appreciate that I've achieved nothing since the last save, but... in fact, I've lost health. Slightly jog to our destination. Such a bother this time of year, these ghosts. This one. I do want to climb the ladder because I left my bloody camera down there. Oh, for fuck's sake, let me have my camera. A camera obscura and a flashlight on the ground. Yay! Haha! Doesn't seem to be damaged. And the flashlight. Beautiful. Cool. Right. Oh yeah. The future is mine. Oh, hang on. Speaking of, not the button I wanted to press there. Not that button. Never that button. Okay, let's go to the menu. Not the menu. Camera. We want to make the film less good. Right, I'll be right back. I am going to make myself a fresh cup of tea. I suggest you make yourself, I don't know, it's like a beverage. I don't get to choose the beverage. Hi, I'm back. As the rituals foretold, I realised that I didn't leave any sort of music on or anything, which I apologise for. I wasn't thinking. I was like, oh, it's been very quiet because I left it quiet. Anyway, I have a plan. Plan is to win the computer games. Be good at the computer games. So there is a faint blue light here that I of course want to capture first. Just vaguely in this direction. There it is. Oh, it's the crushed men. I thought you were saying surprise, but it was more. I mean, lots of pain. It's a shame. Okay, is this the where we came from, or where do we go? Asked where I wrote the Cotton Eye Joe song. They're the same name. Are they the Rough Riders? I don't know what that band is called. Yep. Anyway, yeah, so now we get to look around this place with a little bit of protection. I don't think it's going to work on the girl, but there was at least some places worth investigating with the camera. Yes, I just realised what you're quoting, Rambler. I wonder if I can go in there now. The door is wibbly woo. Is the door not wibbly woo? Door is wibbly woo. Sorry, it took me a second. So what is it? Oh, the present you were filling in front of the door is gone now. hang on. Are we just... Yeah. You do not get access to map right now. That's interesting. It's already loaded with a film. Right. Obviously, a part of me wants to know what would be the funniest film that I would be like. I've decided if I ever have the magical ability to replace any one piece of media, like in the entire world, right? You get to Thanos, click a piece of media. It's my left hand. I'm not left-handed. You know, and you get to replace it. So all instances of Fatal Frame get turned into Seymour Goes to Hollywood. But like, so I've decided any time, what's that song called? The piano. Bum 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 bum. It's about a moon. What's that piano song about a moon? I'm not moving on until I remember what I'm talking about. Moonlight Sonata. So every instance of the Moonlight Sonata in any piece of media ever, I want to replace it with the Last Ketchup song. And that's if I ever get the power of the snap, that's the only thing I'm doing. Then I give it back. Because that's the funniest switch I can think of. I've literally not heard that song in a decade. I know that's in tune. It's forever in my brain as the troll. Obviously I don't know the lyrics. Yes, yeah, especially at that point. I picked the Moonlight Sonata because it's obviously a free thing, and you hear it in computer games. It was in Medium, where they wanted to do like, oh, there was always this one song you used to play, and it goes dung dung dung. Of course, it's fucking Moonlight Sonata. It's always Moonlight Sonata. Let's take a film. Let's swap it for number 5, actually. But like, nobody's special songs ever anything interesting. Yes, it reminds me of this person I met one day. The Last Ketchup song. Yeah, of course, yeah. Is the ultimate tone killer. Speaking of tone killer, because you could use Eiffel 65's Blue, but I feel like even when that song came out, everyone was just like, "The fuck's this?" And I feel like the Last Ketchup song somehow passed, just somehow existed without note, and I'm like, is everyone looking at it? You getting this? Why am I not allowed to look at my map right now? Hello, Santa. Sorry, I don't know any Spanish. Yeah, like, what I'm forgetting is that there's quite a few people that are younger than me that wouldn't have been that exact age I was, where I cynically looked down upon all music, just for no particular reason. I mean, I was like 16 when Evanescence reached its peak, and I thought, it was so funny, Evanescence. There's my map. So Last Ketchup isn't anywhere near as funny as Bring Me Back to Life by Evanescence, because obviously Last Ketchup, I don't know what that song's called. Yes, yeah. That does sensibly put you at peak Last Ketchup. Like, that's a song, like, I'm not actually criticising the Last Ketchup song. I just think it's funny to place it in places where its tone doesn't belong. That's obviously a gimmick song. I genuinely remember them saying, this is like a song our grandpa used to sing or something like that. I don't know why I remember these things. So, like, you know, it's a gimmick song. It's a da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. It's fine, like, it's fine to exist. It had a bit more money put into it than a chicken song. Like, it was on popular places, but it's still like, it's the Macarena. It's fine. Like, as long as you know you're the Macarena, it's fine being the Macarena. So it doesn't, that means it's nowhere near as funny as a Bring Me Back to Life by Evanescence. And it's not even their fault, because the bloke, featuring bloke whom you've never heard of, they didn't even want him on the song. Like, the producers or whatnot are like, yeah, you can be famous, but you need to have some dude who no one's ever heard of be your featuring artist, and all he's going to do is he's going to go, and it's just going to make it the funniest goddamn thing ever, because it's like, it's so sincere, the tone of that song. Anyway, don't want to be mean about Evanescence. Do I not? Sort of. What's down this well? You can see a hole in the floor that looks like a well under the broken floor. Cold air and the low sound of wind seeps from the well. Yes, I did go out my way to... As a rule, I don't listen to Evanescence. I don't ever turn it off, but I don't go and find it. It has to find me. But I was curious about what it sounded like without the shouting band parts. And I actually think it's a bit mundane without him. Like, and cynically speaking, it does kind of make it stand out, and I hate that it does. But like, I mean, I guess it's sort of the price for being famous is you have to have a stupid shouting man going, I'm living the lie. Anyway, there was more viewers, so like I've started rambling on so long now that somebody is gone. He's not even playing the game. I am off progressed. All of these things, never love at sea. Looked in the dark, and you would never be. Anyway, why does the map button not work in this room? Hang on. Yes, Scooter is a good shout. Well, apart from the most memorable Scooter song is somebody else's song. The When I Was Young. But what I like about Scooter is obviously it's just some dude going, yeah, some music, I'm talking on top of it, and it's like, you don't need to be here. Yeah, he's like the ultimate shouting man, because he Tim Westwoods his way into songs that don't really need a Tim Westwood, which I understand is all Tim Westwood songs. But am I thinking of Tim Westwood? I don't know the names of these people. The dude who did Pimp My Ride, the British one. Because there's a music producer as well. Was that the same person? I don't know. Have I managed to just walk back into the room? Yes, I did. Okay. The logical song. That's what I was thinking of. Let's go up the stairs. Oh, now I want Scooter to do Moonlight Sonata. Just dun 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 dun. Scooter! Moonlight Sonata! Like, I'd accept that version of the Moonlight Sonata. That's fine. I can't do his accent, obviously, because it's like... I don't know where Scooter comes from. You found some camera equipment and film. Acquired the 0 power-up lens. Okay, it raises blast back. Okay, I mean, that seems pretty good. Ah, that explains. Is he like a refugee from a lost timeline? due to somebody else's time travel shenanigans. You know, like the Irish lady in Lost. Is it Lost? Not Lost. The superhero one. Heroes. In one of the series is they do time travel and then they stop doing time travel and you're like, they just left somebody! Are you never going to adjust that? No, never again. Anyway. So I'm assuming that's what Scooter is. Scooter was just left here from someone else's time travel shenanigans. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, this does lots of damage and doesn't knock back. That seems good. Raising the level, this effect applies. Okay, so one thing I'm not quite... So this game has a better leveling up system. Well, I know that season was ruined by the writer's strike. But you can just, like, not put out your TV program for a while. Oh, we'll just wait for the writers to get back. No, let's just put out subpar entertainment. Okay, so I don't actually understand why you'd ever want more than one power-up lens, because as far as I can tell, you can only use one of them at a time. I have no money, so I can't really use it. I mean, Heroes didn't really make sense after Season 1 anyway, because they're too powerful, right? As soon as you can have a time traveler and a person that can sponge any power he likes, and another guy who can brain rob any power he likes, how do you get out of situations? Anyway, because we have a billion options. So how do you start Season 2? You have to take all their powers away. And it's like, you've clearly not thought this through. And I think then they introduce a person who can look like anything. That's a bad idea. Because as soon as you can do that, as soon as you introduce a morph face person, Mr. Octopus, Metal Gear Solid was clever about this, how they use that. As soon as you introduce a person who can look like anything, that means you can officially rewrite any scene that's ever gone before, and that's bad. There needs to be a tell. There needs to be a logical tell, otherwise you have a Spider-Man clone situation going on. Because it's the same rule as if a person gets shot, but the camera turns, they're not dead. It doesn't matter how obviously dead they are. If you don't see them dead, they're not dead. I call this the Prison Break rule. It's far earlier than Prison Break. Prison Break does this fairly blatantly a couple of times.